All right. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Uh, so hey guys, it's just me here. So yeah, that's cool. I know I'm gonna be uploading this later. Maybe some people will watch it, maybe they won't. Uh, Maybe certain people will watch it, maybe certain people won't. You never know. Those of you guys who are interested, I got the Audrey 2 pop vinyl right here. So that's a good time. Is there a way I can make this? So I'm just gonna share this, I guess. Um, did someone say something to me or something? No. It sounds like someone did. I'm probably not gonna be in this background forever. I just wanted to put it here just so I could give you guys an update on what happened. Um, oh well, you can't really see it anyways because one of my things fell over. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, before we get down to business, I'm just gonna put some stuff up on my poker face. Okay. All right. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Uh, I'll be honest. I'm really tired. I'd rather be on the couch right now where I usually do my live streams, but I just wanted you guys to look at my pop vinyl collection because that was like, I think, the last main video that I made for you guys where I was just talking about my pop vinyls, and I just wanted you guys to see it because it's gonna be a little bit before you guys see it. Um, so I'm gonna wait like another few minutes until I get started. Just see if anyone's actually interested in joining us or something. Yeah, so I'm very tired. I'm very, very tired. Did I do anything today? Not really. I went to school this morning. Then my teacher was all like, she was sick, so she let us go like a half hour early. So that was kind of nice. I hope she's doing well though. And Brooke's at work, and I am here. So yeah, I should be studying. I planned on studying, but then I was decided to film a video for you guys. And then I just didn't feel like editing it because it takes a lot of editing. So who knows? I've decided, well, if I'm not gonna edit it, then I'm still gonna have the experience and still work with being behind the camera and stuff like that. So I really want to work on not rambling to you guys. So um yeah. Um yeah. This is one thing that's really awesome, but also kind of sucks when you're a smaller YouTuber. Um, you have you're able to pay attention to everyone. You're able to respond to everyone. You're able to give everyone just that little attention and stuff. But what sucks is that no one really pays attention to you. So hence why I like doing these live streams, I guess, because then like I could say a few things, maybe a few shady things, maybe like and like personal things, and no one's gonna do anything about them. So yeah, and then some people can be mean, which I'm not gonna say anything else about that because what's the point? My New Year's resolution this year. Is to just take better care of myself, if that makes sense. I want to take better care of my body. I want to take better care of my mental health. I want to take better care of my schedule, my career, So I think I'm doing pretty well in terms of that because it's more personal than it is for anything else. So because I feel like I'm getting something out of this New Year's resolution. It's not just like a goal, it's more of a mindset. So I really like that. And I think I'm gonna just get started, I guess, because there's no one here. Okay. So uh in terms of the videos, the next video that I'm releasing is a video that I asked you guys which one you wanted to see next, and you guys voted on audition do's and don'ts. And I have officially changed that to audition don'ts. Because I find that when you tell someone not to do something, it's going to stick in a lot better. Versus if I do do's and don'ts, people are going to be like, wait, did she say to do it or did she say not to do it? So I'm just going to stick to don'ts. Um, and I'm going to have 10 of them. And it's going to be very similar to a video that I actually released a very long time ago. It's a very cringy video, but if you're interested, excuse me, if you're interested, I believe it's called Seven Things Boyfriends Shouldn't Do. And that video was made purely out of spite. As I think I was telling myself it was informational purposes. It was also kind of a how-to on how to date me. My fiance read it, watched it before we were dating, and he actually did take in a lot of those things into consideration. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I ended up I'm marrying him now because he actually listened to me from listen to 17-year-old me. Anyways, was I 17? How old was I? Yes, I was 17, and then we ended up dating a few months later. Uh, yeah. Yes, 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 I was. Anyways, so it's going to be very similar to that style. So it's going to be informational. So first, I'm going to talk to you guys like very similar to this, um, with my pop vinyl wall and stuff. And I'm just going to tell you guys about like, I'm just going to introduce the video and then I'm going to tell you guys like, first, don't do this. And then I'm going to have a skit being played out. So I have two of my friends already cast, and we are looking for costumes right now because I want it to be really good and really funny. And yeah, because actually, with the Seven Things Boyfriends Shouldn't Do video, I actually did hire an actor. When I say hire, I mean, when I say hire, I mean I asked him to be in it. And when I say actor, I mean he was one of my best friends at the time. And I did actually make a video about this guy. I think that was like my second Storytime video, actually. Anyways, he was supposed to be in the video, and then he day of couldn't make it. So I just played the boyfriend, and this time I just thought it would be better if I had more than just me and more than one person, especially like because I would rather kind of be behind the camera for this one, as well as in front for the informational parts. But I think I will be in front of the camera yet. I haven't decided quite yet, because if I do, then I have to ask someone else to be available that day. So I kind of would rather keep the three people. Three people. Maybe I'll ask my fiance to be in it, but we'll see. Um, so yeah, I've already cast my two actors, which are two of my best friends, and uh, yeah, and I'm excited. So we're gonna be filming Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the week after because one of my actors had a emergency. And yeah, so now I am here. I finished the script and I did a script for this one actually, because it's gonna be really hard. I like to go on tangents a lot, and I think that's one of the reasons why people don't subscribe to me. But also could be because I have a shitty personality. I don't know. But yeah. So I have a script for this one for myself. I'm not gonna do it word for word. It's more of an outline of things that I don't want to forget. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna forget, and this is actually a really informational thing, something that I want you guys to watch. Sorry, I want you guys to watch before you go to an audition for a refresher and stuff, because a lot of these things seem to be very, very obvious to some people, but a lot of people forget them. Even I forget them sometimes. So it's just like a really nice refresher, and some of them actually maybe even things that you may not know. There's some things that I see other people do, and they just drive me insane. Uh, let me. Can I think of one? For example, yeah, it's this one's so obvious, but it's on the list, and it's don't be late. I see people do this all the time. I actually did an audition on Thursday, and we'll see what happens with that. And after tomorrow, I guess that's when I'm finding out if I got cast or not. Um, and the person who was auditioning before me was like, he showed up like a minute or two before they called his name, and he wasn't even done writing in his information on the sheet. That's really bad. That's really bad. So I went up first instead of him. We switched, which was fine because I needed to catch my bus anyways, and yeah, and I caught it. So, um, I was there for an hour because I had a class an hour before. But yeah, that's something so obvious. It's so 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 obvious, and people forget. That's important. So yeah. So yeah, again, like small things like that. I think I'm also doing. No, I'm not. I'm not going to spoil anything for that. Um, yeah. So that's. I think that's all the updates that I have for you guys on in terms of that video. Um, I guess my original video was called Heather's Hamilton. So I guess I would have to call this one Hamilton Heather's. Yeah, I talked about this previously in another live stream. I know I did. And in terms of where I am with that, I thought I was done writing it before, but I wasn't. I just keep doing revisions on it. I'm still not 100% sure about it quite yet. I finally have an ending. And so I'm kind of deciding whether or not I want to do a full-on video, because I do want to use my Veronica cosplay again. So yeah, I do want to use that again, mostly because I didn't get to use it on stage, like I was hoping that I would. That's another story in itself. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. So no one's here. I feel like I'm kind of talking to a wall again. Okay. I guess I'm not going to be live for very, very long, because I think only certain people can pay attention for so long. Yeah, so yeah, so I still need to. I'm just finishing up Heather's Hamilton. I'm recording, and then after that, I guess I'll figure out where I can go from there. Because the thing is, what I have in mind involves costumes and stuff like that. And you know, there's certain parts to it that I'm like, I'm not sure, because like in terms of like making it live action, because the thing is, I was you know, because like I'd be Veronica in it, obviously, because I wrote the damn thing, and she's like the main person in it. So plus it's my costume, but yeah, but also like I would want to play Eliza in it too, because Eliza is another one of my dream roles. So I don't know, maybe I will do a puppet video. I'm just thinking of this just now. Like with drawings and stuff. I have ones that I drew up for a video. But then I realized I forgot to draw a certain character. Hello, random person. Welcome. Where was I? What was I talking about? Um, yeah, I have, and then I remembered I forgot a character, and I just haven't come around to drawing them yet. But they're really cute, and I think you guys will like them if I do end up using them for the Heather Samuelson video. But that won't be for a little bit because again, I still need to record it and stuff like that. So I hate to leave you guys hanging on that, but you know, uh, I'm just trying. Okay, I'm only one person. Okay. So story. Okay. So I was trying to make a video about this actually. Um, I was trying to make a video on this, but then it took way too long. I was forgetting stuff, and I figured this would be a lot better for a live stream than it would be for a what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, it'd be better for a live stream than just for a video that I would be watching and then cringing at and then realizing I forgot something or whatever. So I think, and I didn't want to make the video knowing that I needed my memory card still to do the shooting for next week. So I did actually finish filming my reaction video, but like I said, I am not releasing that until after I am done filming the audition do's or don'ts, the audition don'ts. So I am releasing that next once I finish filming it. And we'll see. Hopefully it'll be done fast. But we'll see. Anyways, so story. So I'm gonna tell you guys just like an uncut version of the story because I just feel like it and I like doing these. And who knows, maybe I'll do a more edited version later on. Um, and yeah, so because I did get some requests to do two of my other stories with edited stuff. So we'll see about that. I just want to release another one because I know that my story times are not very popular on my channel. And I'd like for them to be. But I'm thinking about releasing hi chamomile tea. uh you're here for the tea. You're right on time for the tea that's coming out. Oh my gosh. Hello. That's one thing that's awesome, again, about small YouTubers. They will pay attention. Spill that tea. I will. I will spill that tea. I will just okay. I was talking about something, and I don't remember what I was talking about before I was talking about spilling the tea. Yeah. I'd like for my story times to be more popular on this channel, but that doesn't always happen. I might release, that's what I was talking about. I might release a new channel where I just make it strictly more personal stuff. And I might just make this channel more of a theater channel because that's what a lot of people are subscribing me for. And thank you for the like, if that was you. Thank you. Thank you, chamomile tea. Thank you. I love you. um, so let's get to the tea. Okay, so this is a story that actually has a really good moral behind it. This is a story that was from my last show in high school that I was in. Thank you. This show was called Kindness, funny enough. The show is basically just a short rundown. The show Kindness is about three kids, and they're actually kids. I think they were like 8, I believe. I think they were 8 years old. And they come from completely different family lives, social lives, all that jazz. But they come together and they create a charity for these pets who are surviving a hurricane. That's like at the end though, which is weird because like I don't have another way of summarizing the show unless I tell you guys the ending because That's like the only plot really, without having 3 different ones. Anyways, so I did not have a very good experience at the yeah, I know. I didn't have a very good experience, first of all, with the audition process. Um, Let me tell you guys about the director. Well, actually, hold up. Before that, I couldn't make auditions because I was on vacation, and it's funny because they knew I was on vacation and they had auditions anyways. So I complained, and then I got one of my friends at the time. You guys might know her from Forbidden Woods as Veronica. Uh, no relation to Veronica Sawyer, I promise. Um, Far from it. Anyways, she convinced my drama teacher to just let me into the callbacks, anyways, and that was for another show called The Day That Billy Lived. Um, like I don't have a door right now. I think all my doors are open except for my front door. So thank you, Veronica. Um, Anyways, yeah, so he got me into the callbacks. Anyways, he wasn't even my drama teacher wasn't even the director for this show. We had 2 new directors. Well, actually, one of them, they weren't new, but they were not very well respected because people didn't really work with them that much, and they were not very good directors in general. We're already starting with so much tea. Let me take a drink. Graveyard Girl. All right. Anyways, so what ended up happening? Spits tea. I haven't even got to the juicy part yet. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so it was for the show The Day That Billy Lived originally. But at the callbacks, they told us that we're actually doing another show called Kindness. So we were basically auditioning for 2 shows. The first one I did not audition for. And funny enough, even at the callbacks, I still didn't audition for it. Why? Because that director never called me up for anything. And when I asked her if she needed anything, like, because I didn't read anything for it, everyone else did. I didn't. And she was like, no, I'm good. And I worked with her before, which was weird. So I didn't get cast in that show. I got cast in the other show. So yeah, let me tell you something though about this show. Or about the casting process. Anyways, so we were all auditioning for around each other, like we were just doing it in front of each other. So, which that's common practice for a callback, at least in this school, as well as like other productions that I've auditioned for. Anyways, what ended up happening was I knew that there were 3 main characters, but one of them was a girl, and I wanted to play the girl because she was like really sassy, but she was also like she had like a really sad backstory to her because her dog was dying, and like, I know, what is it? Her dog is dying. That is a really sad backstory, but just the way that I'm putting this like for a show. But anyways, her dog was dying. And the dog was the last thing that she had of her dead mother, basically. I know, I love dogs too. I know. Yeah, so I really wanted to play this character. Her name was Tessa, and a lot of people wanted to play this role too because she was just very sassy and really funny. So I really liked her. I really connected with her. So because I knew that she was a dog is sitting on the bed. Oh, what's your doggy's name? What's your doggo's name? I need to know. I need to know. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. I don't know where my cat is, but he's around here somewhere. He's probably causing mischief or something somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a little bit. He's usually beside me though. That was Milo. Oh my god. My sister has a Shih Tzu, so oh, Shih Tzus are so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Say hello to Milo for me. Hi, Milo. Oh. I'm trying to get back on topic. Yeah. So I knew that I'm sure he is. I knew that I really wanted to play this role, and and I knew that this character is supposed to be a 8-year-old because my teacher told me. So I proceeded to do the audition with a child's voice, and if you don't know, my child's voice is very good, from what I've been told. I think that it's acceptable anyways. Um, and I think it's good. So I used that voice, or at least something similar to it. Maybe it was like in between. I don't know. It's been a really long time. It's probably been like 6 years, I want to say, since I did that show. Almost, maybe 6 years. Um, so I was supposed to oof, what? um so um that's important anyways. This person comes in, and she was very popular in terms of my classmates. She was one of the most popular people in the drama department. No, no, no. Don't worry about it. I love that you're interacting with me. I really love that because I thought like, like I love it. I love that you're interacting with me. Thank you. I'm glad that someone's listening. Thank you. Thank you. That's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Yes. Let's see what happens. I'm not popular yet. Let's see. Yeah, so this girl, we didn't really have like a queen bee or anything like that of our school. I do too. Wicked is one of my favorite shows, like ever, ever. Um, and so yeah, we didn't have a queen bee in our school or anything like that, but within like each, or at least in my experience, for drama, we had certain actors and crew members and stuff that were just really likable, really popular, and stuff like that. And this girl was one of the most popular people there. And I don't want to say her real name. She actually does watch my videos from time to time, and she's a troll. I think. I think she takes that with pride, though. She did congratulate Brooke and I on our engagement, which was really nice of her. She didn't have to do that, but I'm still gonna spill the tea. So I'm gonna call her Gina because she was quite like Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I were to put her into a fictional character, it would be Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Um, so Gina was also auditioning, and she auditioned right after me. She did the exact same scene, and she high pitched her voice. And then guess who got the role? Gina. Gina got the role for copying my audition. Anyways, so I was kind of pissed about that. But I kind of knew she was going to get it because she was popular and she was going to get bumps in seats. And that's usually how sometimes people get cast. So, baboon. I guess that's one. I don't know. um, yeah. So, a baboon. Okay, that's one animal to call her. I guess. I don't know. That sounded really mean. I'm sorry if she ends up watching this, which I doubt. Like, I'm sorry. You call everyone a baboon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you hear that, Gina? She calls everyone a baboon. So that don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about it. Um. Anyways, so so Gina got the role, and I was cast as well. I was cast as the vet and the news anchor, which I was like, fine, whatever. At least I got in the show, because I hadn't been in a play in a while, and it's that's cool. Like at least I have something to put on my resume before I end up going to school. So I was like, that's cool, that's fine, whatever. Uh, so rehearsal came, and then she proceeded to tell everyone about why she decided to to cast certain people in certain roles. And this teacher told me that I was cast for the news anchor because she thought it would be an easy role for me. That's her words, by the way, not mine. An easy role for me to play. So basically, what I gathered from that was she called me a bad actor. Weird because she knew I had plenty of acting experience. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had plenty of acting experience. And I had her class before and I made videos for her religion class, just saying. So she knew that I had a lot of, I did a lot of acting stuff. So I was like, why would she say that to me? That's like, this isn't a hobby. This is my life. Like, excuse me. And you know what's funny is that Gina was actually like one of our news anchors for my school television show. So, like, why didn't she cast her? That literally made no sense to me. And I wasn't even in the newscasting team. I never got in. Why? Because I can't really do it. And plus, it was a popularity contest anyways. So whatever. Anyways, Gina ran the stuff for that. So, anyways, Gina was cast as Tessa, and I was the vet and the news anchor. And yeah, so the director called me a bad actor, literally in front of everybody. You guys, this is in rehearsal. Oh my god, I can't believe she did that. It still pisses me off. But anyway, just wait. There is a good part to this. There is. And I promise you that. This actually kind of has a happy ending. I promise. So, we went on with rehearsals. She barely gave me any directions. Oh, I still have yet to tell you. Just you wait, just you wait. Thank you. I needed a transition for this. Just you wait. I have to tell you guys something about this director. The director was on probation. Here's the reason why. When I say she was on probation, I mean she was not allowed to direct for a year. The reason behind this is because she had created a show that was, I don't even remember actually what the name of the show is, but it is legendary for being called It. No relation to the Killer Clown. Literally, the show was a ripoff of West Side Story, and that she pulled a bunch of songs from different musicals. She compiled it into one musical that was a ripoff of West Side Story, among other shows, and it included a rape scene. And guys, we were in a Catholic school. So yeah, I never saw this show because, well, I was actually supposed to be in it. Yeah, exactly. I was actually supposed to be in the show as ensemble, but I didn't go to rehearsals. Not because I was being a diva, but because I didn't know rehearsals were happening. I just read the thing and I was waiting for announcements to happen, and they just didn't. So I never, yeah, I wasn't in the show, but my fiance was, and he told me about said rape scene, and I think there was prostitution in there somewhere as well. But then again, there's prostitution on the Bible, but this was like bad. This was a really bad show. She even cut scenes, like, so people were cut from the show, like, because she would cut scenes just because the show was going too long, and it was a really big disaster. So she was not allowed to direct for a year. And then she didn't end up directing until my final year in high school. And that was my first year. So basically, already this director did not have a very good reputation preceding her. So, yeah, that was the director. And people were disrespecting her. First of all, she not only cast I'm trying to be careful with my wording. She not only just cast Gina for the lead, she also cast the guy who's the most popular, as and he was the second lead. There were three leads, but I think they're all equal in terms of leads. But she was the leading lady. He was one of the leading guys. And then, sorry, I know I'm so gross. um. So, anyways, where was I? And on top of that, she also cast other popular people in smaller roles as well. Small roles, kind of like mine, more reoccurring, whatever. One of them actually was supposed to be, yeah, it was supposed to be one of the lead's brothers, and she put him more in the show because he was just goofing off and trying to do transitions and stuff in between scenes. This stuff is not scripted, by the way. This character is literally supposed to only be in two scenes, and she put him in almost the entire show because he was popular. So she was, I don't know. I thought it was dumb. It was just, he would just improvise the whole thing, and it wasn't even good improvisation. Eventually, it just kind of became the same stuff every time. So dumb, but he was popular. So, and he actually used to be one of my best friends. That's another story though. But then he was kind of a dick. So, uh, so people basically, she was trying her best. You could tell she was trying, like she was trying to direct this show. I barely got any direction because literally my directions as a vet and a news anchor were to stand there. So as a news anchor, what are you going to do? You're just going to stand there the whole time. And then for the vet, I would just stand there and then wheel the dog off stage. That's literally it. Those were my scenes. And then I was barely getting any direction. I was barely getting anything. What else am I going to do? Like, really? And she didn't know how to control the cast. The cast just was not listening to her. They basically saw it as their show and no one else's. There were some other people in the show that like I was very good friends with. I ended up actually casting when I did Once Upon a Prom, the show that I directed. And I have my best friend Natasha there, whom I mentioned many times in these videos. So I had Natasha, so it wasn't all bad. But yeah, she just didn't know what she was really doing. And she was just trying so hard to please everyone. But she just didn't really know how. And people were just treating her like poop. So they would try to like stop her for she would give them a direction and then they wouldn't listen, and when she'd repeat it how many times, they just give her attitude all the time. Yeah, exactly, but she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to yell at them because I guess she just wanted to please everyone, but you can't please everyone, so she was so busy pleasing these people who were literally disrespecting her that she wasn't even noticing the other people who were in the cast, because these people are powerhouses, so they had no respect for her. She was trying to give everyone equal respect. That wasn't working though, so it was just a madhouse. So I wanted to quit the show because I just didn't feel like what I was doing was important. I brought in my dog actually because despite the fact that Gina took the role that I felt like I should have gotten, I brought in my dog so she would have that emotional connection to a dog because she didn't have one. So I brought in my dog so she would have that connection. I brought him in multiple times, and he was actually supposed to be in the show, but we decided not to put him in the show because actually he would move a lot, and the dog's not supposed to move. So yeah, that's how sick the dog was in the show. It's really sad. Yeah, so anyways, what ended up happening was, yeah, I wanted to quit the show because I didn't feel like what I was doing was important. She wasn't listening to me. No, I know. Everyone loved him though. Everyone loved him. Yeah, no one was listening to me. No one was listening to her. Rehearsals were always a disaster. I would literally only go just because I needed something for my resume, and Natasha was there. So, and I had a few other friends in there too. So I was just like, I might as well. So I almost quit. Actually, she even like she stopped Natasha and I from going on a field trip to Stratford, which would have been amazing. An amazing trip to Stratford, Ontario, if you don't know that, where they have amazing shows. They're just so good. And I'd never been to a Stratford show before that. And I really wanted to go, but I couldn't. Why? Because she said we had rehearsal after school, even though the trip would have been during school. Made no sense. But I was pissed. So, anyways, I'm just gonna speed a little forward to the weekend before the show, or at least like the Friday before the show, and then the next weekend was the show. So the weekend before the show, but the day before. So Friday, the week before let's just say the weekend before the show, just so it's easier. Um, so what ended up happening was things weren't going very well for her. I was thinking of quitting, but I was like, well, I've gone this far anyway, so I may as well finish the damn show. I was thinking of quitting. A lot of people were just losing their minds and their temper over the show. The day that Billy lived, was getting more better reception. The show was actually way better than Kindness. And yeah, and just people were just not happy overall with what was going on and with this director. And we were all like giving our grievances to um, our like the head of like the arts department, who was my drama teacher. And we were telling him, like, she's not very good, she's not listening to us, even though literally people weren't listening to her, like, give and take. And he was saying, like, like, she's actually doing really well and stuff. So he was always a really good neutral party. I really like him, and he's coming to my wedding, so that's really awesome because he introduced me to my fiance. Fun fun little tidbit. So anyway, so things started happening that day. Gina was just being her dramatic self, not listening to anyone, not taking any direction, thinking that she's right the whole time. And she and the director fought a lot, like a lot. And I'm just thinking, like, you cast this person as your lead, and she has a history of doing these things. Like, maybe you should have done your research. But then again, I'll give her a pass. She hadn't directed for over a year. So I'm about to leave because rehearsal's done. And she pulls me aside. She's like, Nessie, can you come over here? So I was like, yeah, what's up? And she says, okay, so first of all, I was wondering if you could play the principal. The principal was given to another girl who was also like, she wasn't really popular, but she was still a mean girl. Her character was a mean girl, and she was a mean girl herself. So she was playing the principal and a mean girl. And she's like, I don't think that she can do the principal scene because her quick change is just, it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. My name is Regina George. Yeah, oh, that was terrible. My name is Regina George. Oh my God, I'm showing off. Anyways, so so I agreed with that. Actually, she would do her principal scene, and then the scene right after that, she's a mean girl. So it meant she would have had to take off her jacket, put on a new one, and then change her hair. So I was like, yeah, I agree. She probably can't do it. So she asked me if I could. So I was like, yeah, I can do it. It's only like 5 lines. I can learn that over the weekend. And then she says, also, one more thing. And she says, I think Gina's going to quit over the weekend. Could you learn her lines? I said yes. So, yeah. I said that I would do it, so I learned her lines over the weekend. They were pretty easy because I heard her do them so many times, so I learned all her lines on the weekend as well as the principals, and then Monday came, and I was waiting to hear, like, did Gina quit? Like, am I just playing the principal? Like, what's gonna happen? Because, I'm just doing a lot of nothing backstage, and I wanna do stuff, and, no. I did not get to play Tessa. Gina had decided not to quit. Actually, her friend, who was the other lead, was also going to quit, but he did not either. My drama teacher talked them out of it. And so I didn't get to play Tessa. And I didn't get to play the principal either because the girl kind of just decided to just suck it up for the quick change. I think she just decided to keep her principal hair and then just change the jacket really, really quickly. So I didn't get to play any additional roles, unfortunately. But what I did get out of it was a few things. First of all, on my resume, I am able to write that I was Tessa's understudy because I literally was Tessa's understudy. So that's easy. I could also say I was the principal understudy, but I don't think that's as important as saying that I was the lead's understudy. um, anyways, so there's that. And also, um, we were backstage. We were just like, I think we were just waiting for our turn after the day that Billy lived, or something. I don't remember. We were backstage. I think it was rehearsal, maybe. Yeah, we were just waiting for cue. I think it was cue to cue, actually. Um, and the director, well, not the director. What am I talking about? The mean girl who was supposed to play the principal. She was telling everyone, like, she was just like, the director was gonna replace my principal role because of my quick change, and she was gonna give it to Nessie because she said that she can do it better. So this director, who literally told me a few weeks ago that I was a bad actor, just told basically another actor that I was a better actor than her. So I don't know if that means that she's the lowest of the low and I'm just a little bit above her, but whatever. And that makes no sense since she asked you to do it. Yeah, well, she did ask me to do it, but she didn't tell me, like, I think you would do better as the principal. She told me that the excuse was basically the quick change. Like, she was like, I don't think she can do the quick change, so you should do the principal. But her explanation to the other girl was not only the quick change was stupid fast, but also that I was a better actor than her, so I could do it better. Which actually I think I would have because she didn't look like a principal type. She just looked like a mean girl. So um yeah, she asked me to do it, but it wasn't like official, I guess. Yeah, so the other thing that I actually got out of this was I got a card. At the end of the show, she gave everyone, like, I think it was a flower and a little handwritten card that she wrote for everybody. And they were all personal stuff, like typical things like, thank you for being in the show. Um, I don't know. I don't know if she is actually. I haven't been to that school in like 3 years, I think. I don't know. It's been a really long time, but at the same time, I wouldn't doubt it. Um, but my main drama teacher, I know for sure he's still there. Um, and yeah, I don't know about everyone else though. Like, he's the only teacher that I really keep tabs on because I have him as friends on Facebook. And he actually pays attention to what I'm doing post secondary. So yeah. Um, anyways, this is good. What she wrote down in my card, other than thank you for being part of this production. She said that I deserved a bigger role. How much bigger can you get than the vet and the anchor? Tessa. Tessa. Yeah. Tessa is the lead girl. Everyone else was like very small roles, equally small, I would say. Um, yeah, so basically she was saying I should have played Tessa. I'm assuming that it's not just her saying I was a better actress. She's the director. She's the one that cast you, isn't she? Yeah, I know. I know, right? She like so basically, yeah, I think she regretted not casting me as Tessa because A, Gina was being a little, a little bit of a diva with her. She was very disrespectful. She was just not a very good person to work with at all. And on top of that, I was nice. I was respectful. I did my job. I went in, I did my stuff, I left. And I was also willing to, learn other roles, but which she never even ended up giving me. But yeah, that's and also, I brought in my dog. So obviously I was dedicated and obviously I did what I was supposed to do. I listened to all of her directions, even though I may not have agreed with all of them. I still did them. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. So I think she just regretted it just because of those things. So yeah, so, I guess moral of the story would be with this is that like, I think people definitely need to respect their directors. Um, I've been one myself, and I love directing and stuff. But people should respect their directors. And it will. And if you're nice, if you do your work, no matter how small of a role that you get, it they'll notice. Hopefully. They'll notice, and, if the lead is being a brat, like, the best thing you can really do is just do the best you can because that's gonna be noticed more than the lead being a brat, because then they're gonna end up regretting it, right? So, yeah, so that was, I don't really know. I don't really have a title for this one, but yeah, like that's how a director, I guess, called me a bad actor and then wished I they cast me in the lead. And I still haven't played the lead role, like the lead. I played a few leads here and there, but I've never played the lead role in a musical or a show. Um, I was almost called back for Veronica for Heather's. That's another story, but I wasn't. I didn't even get cast. I guess it's more of a spoiler alert then, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of the spoiler. That's a spoiler right there. Yeah, I know. I know that all those letters, all the letter A's. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Like I thought so too. I thought I would have been a good Veronica, but they didn't think so for reasons. So maybe one day I'll make a video about it. I'm still really salty about it, so hence why I don't really want to do a video about it right now. And plus, they're still like they haven't even done the show yet, so if I do have a timeline for it, I guess it would be like after the show is done because I don't want to spill too much tea. You know what I mean? And maybe after I'm done university, maybe next year, because who knows? Maybe I'll get another opportunity to play Veronica. But we'll see. We'll see. um, yeah. So that's the story and my updates, I guess, on the video matters. Yeah, I hope so too. I really hope so too. I was like really heartbroken by the fact that like they didn't even give me a chance. Um, yeah, because I think I at least deserved that. And make matters worse, my actually I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything just in case anyone sees this from that, because I will be deleting this video like tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I do hope I get another opportunity though. I would love to get the opportunity to play Veronica, but we'll have to see. I guess time will tell. And how many people decide to actually do Heather's. Heather's is a very popular show right now, so I know some people are staying away from it just purely because it's so popular. Um, and yeah, so I'm kind of sad. I'm a little turned off from Heather's a little bit right now because I'm still like I'm hurt from it, from like what happened and stuff. Stuff Veronica, Heather Duke, or Heather McNamara. That yeah, I was called back for Heather Duke. Yeah, and on Smule, I was Heather Duke a few times, and I played a kid's version of Veronica, so my child's voice did end up coming into play for that. It was really cute. So I was child Veronica. I like to play McNamara when I'm an adult. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can do it. I think so. I mean, I don't know you very well, but I think you can. I think you can do whatever you put your mind to. I think really anyone can. And like even if like, someone doesn't cast you or someone tells you you can't, well, you can make your own opportunities. That's what I've been doing with the Heather's Hamilton video, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to cast myself as Veronica for my own parody. Uh, and, I also, I even dressed up as Veronica for a cosplay. So, you can make your own opportunities. That's what I love so much about the arts is you can make your own opportunities. Yeah, she is a soprano, but it's if you work really really hard, you can actually yes, I know. Theater is amazing. I love it. I love it so much. I have like little things I don't like about it, but I mostly do love it. Um of course, because I mean I'm literally studying theater and I'm in university, I'm studying theater. Um yeah, but yeah, the in terms of like you having a low voice, I have a low voice too, actually, but funny enough, I am able to hit Christine's notes like in Phantom of the Opera. Why? Because I have trained my voice too. Like you're still young. I'm still young. So, and there's a lot of like I'm working on my belting. I can hit a lot of notes now that I wasn't able to last year or the year before that. So the more you work on your voice, the more you take care of it, the more you just work on yourself, the the higher you can make it. You can do a lot of things with your voice. Your voice is still changing. There's a lot of things you can do. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, yeah, even if you don't have the opportunities in school, like work on it at home, like sing along to some songs in the car or like just like I do when I'm waiting for the bus. If I see no one else is around, then I will like belt to the high heavens. I can't tell you how many times I've done like somewhere that's green or something like that. Um, like I would love to play Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, and there's Audrey too, just hanging out there. I would love to play Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, but she has a really high voice. But I don't think that really hinders me because I'm able to stretch my voice. My voice is very versatile because I've worked on it so much. So I think if you just keep working on your voice and create your own opportunities and take other ones, I think you'll be okay. Yes, exactly, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna move because my battery is dying, or maybe I should just end the stream. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's a little harder for me because I live in an apartment now, but I used to live in a house, and even when I'm by myself, um, yeah, I love to do it. I absolutely love to just belt musicals all the time, all the time. Yeah. Let me just get my thing. Let me get my charger. Where are you? There you are. And where are you? Plugged. I hope that didn't hurt your little ears. Okay. Here we are. Yeah. So just keep working on your voice because your voice you're still very young. Your voice is always changing. So yeah, just keep working on it. Don't take no for an answer. Um, yeah, I don't know what else I could say about that. Um, yeah, like I want to play Eliza in Hamilton. Her voice is quite high, but I always want to. Yeah, yeah, of course. Please, please ask away, ask away. I am in no way a theater expert, but I know a lot of things. Yeah, same. A lot of people want to play Angelica, but I like Eliza a lot more, like, in terms of, like, I love her songs. I love Angelica's too, but I like Eliza's character a lot better. I feel like she has a bit more character development. But yeah, I've always wanted to play I really wanna play Eliza one day. Um, and yeah, and her voice, oh, even though her voice is high, I can still hit her notes, so I guess it takes a director to do it. What's your favorite musical, play, show thingy you've been seeing? Thank you, thank you. Eliza Appreciation Club here. Um, that's a toughie. I have so many favorites. My favorite, I have, like, favorites of, like, each of those things. My favorite musical is, it changes sometimes, but, this one never changes. Rent is my absolute favorite my, character, my favorite musical in the entire world. I love it so much. And that might be my fiance messaging me. Nope, it is not my fiance. Okay. It's just some of my friends. Give me a second. Okay. So, my favorite musical is Rent. Never listened to it. That's okay. I was around your age actually when I started listening to it. So it's okay. It's a really, really good musical. It's a classic. I'm actually the same age as the, as the musical. So yeah, it's a really good musical though. It's not for everyone. If you don't like it, that's okay. I say watch it again because it took that for me to really love it and appreciate it. So yeah, if you don't like Rent the first time, watch it again. That goes for the musical, that goes for the movie and the musical. Um, my favorite play, I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. Um, what's my favorite play? Because usually, yeah, I think I want to say my favorite play. I could change my mind, but I've been saying this one for a while. But I was thinking the other day, like maybe it's not. But I'm just gonna say it anyways. My favorite play, as of right now, is Death Trap. I haven't seen the play myself, but I've watched the movie with Christopher Reeves and I think it's Michael Keaton. Michael something or other. He plays Alfred in Batman. It's an old movie. It's like 1950s or the 1960s. It's in color. Uh, no duh, but it's so good. It's really good. It has really good twists and turns in it, and I love it. The play I think is slightly different, but I really love it. I love that movie. So I want to say that's my favorite play. I think I was yeah, what was it the other day that I was thinking was my favorite play? That I was like, what was it? What was it? This is gonna bother me for the rest of the day because I was thinking getting it the other day, looking for the script for it, but I don't know what it was. Why don't I remember? Wow, this is gonna bother me. This is gonna seriously bother me forever and ever and ever. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Why don't I remember? Oh my gosh, this is really bugging me. I'm just gonna quickly message my fiance. Just give me a second while I just try and remember. Um, I'm just gonna put that aside. What was it? I don't remember. Okay, I'll just say it. Favorite musical scene. I was about to ask you what your favorite musical was, um, and I think someone else has joined us. I think. Oh wait, no, not anymore. Okay, Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton is really good. It's definitely in my top 10. Yeah, I really like that musical. It's really good. Yes, it is. It is amazing. It is. I agree with that. I have like 2 Hamilton shirts, funny enough. I really wanna get more musical merch. You have no idea. I love having musical merch. It's so hard to get your hands on though, unless it's, like, online. So, yeah, I have 2 things that are Hamilton. I have a yeah, see Mary Poppins Returns. I actually did. I watched it on Saturday, actually. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Lin-Manuel Miranda was very good. His dancing was bomb. Um, his accent was not very good. I will say that though. But yeah, the it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure if I don't the thing is, I haven't watched the original Mary Poppins in a very, very long time. So I think if I watched that before going into the theater again, I would probably have a better appreciation for it. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're very mature for saying that. I can't tell you how many times I've had people, like, argue with me for not agreeing and stuff like that. My goodness. Um, goodness. Okay. Uh, hmm. What else can we talk about? My goodness. Yeah. I'm getting past an hour now, so I don't know. I could tell another story, but I think, have I ever forgotten a line on stage? That's a good question. Or dance move or something. Actually, I think there is evidence online of me in the show Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I think, where I turned the wrong way for a certain dance movement, and the guy who played Joseph noticed. um, yeah, so I turned the wrong way. Usually when it comes to dance moves though, you can usually fake your way through it. It's very difficult for me to learn dance moves. That's one of my weaknesses, and that's usually why some people don't cast me because they think I just don't know how to dance, but it's actually because I have a really hard time containing what the next move is. So in auditions, all the time, girl, all the time. But in terms of on stage, I've already done it so many times, I usually don't forget a dance move. Um, for a line, I have recovered people from forgetting lines and gone into improv quite a few times. I'm not perfect, definitely not. I'm trying to think of what was the last show I did. It's been a while since I've acted in anything because the I directed last year for a lot of stuff, and then before that, I was cast an ensemble for my school's musical not program, my school's musical club, but, they cast me an ensemble, but I said no because I didn't wanna work with my bully in there, so I said no. Uh, when was the last time I acted in anything? I did not have any lines for Tommy. And before that, uh, when was it's been a while. It's really has been a while. I've recovered people before. Um, wait, I have forgotten a line before actually, but it was kind of weird because I think instead of forgetting it, I said another line instead, and then it kinda just screwed up the other actors. This was in, like, a drama camp, though, so it wasn't anything huge. Um, yeah, but I said the wrong line, and then it messed up everyone else because they started saying the lines that were supposed to be said after, and then I think another actor noticed that it's the wrong line, so she started saying her next line, which was earlier in the script. So then it was silent, and then the director started saying my line, and I was like, "I already said that. That's weird." So we kind of we skipped ahead, and then another actor made us go back, and then I got confused because I thought all my lines were done. I think, yeah, it was like my last line. And then I was like, wait, I don't forget my lines. What are you talking about? So that was like the only time that I remember. But there's a first time for everything, I guess. I definitely recovered many people before. Yeah, I've recovered people. I haven't forgotten a line yet, though, or a dance move quite yet. Other than I've messed up dance moves. Haven't haven't forgotten one yet, other than auditions, because auditions suck, which I will be talking about in my next video. Uh, I will be talking about auditions. Um, yeah, I'll probably stick around for like another like 5 minutes. Yes, auditions are very stressful. That's the thing. Yeah, which is why I'm really excited about talking about my next video, because I love to talk about auditions. I love to give etiquette. I love to give people pointers about auditions. I love doing that. Um, but they're so stressful. They're so stressful. I don't like going through them myself. They're really exciting. I love like, you know, being like, yay, I have an audition coming up. I love telling people that I'm actually doing something with my life and I'm not just like waiting for the next big thing, you know? Like it's coming. Um and I love doing that. I love, you know, telling people that. And then next thing you know, it's like the day of, and then I start freaking out and I'm like, oh shoot, I've done everything right. I've memorized it, or maybe I haven't. And then in like, you know, I start doing like my usual routine for auditions and stuff. And then, you know, then they end up not casting me or they do end up casting me, but I don't ever get the role I want. I still have yet for that to happen. So many people are so lucky to like be given a role that they've always wanted, like so young or when they're older, and I haven't had that yet, which makes me very sad. Um, except for once in drama camp. But I got the role I wanted in drama camp, but that's because I was with them for 3 years. My alarm's going off. Just give me a second. Feel free to ask any other questions that you want to ask. I'll be right back. Birth control pills are fun, kids. Yeah. Uh, what time was it when I said 5 more minutes? I don't remember. Oh my goodness. Good on you. Good on you. I'm so happy about that. Oh wait, no, I'm I probably meant that in another context. I'm sorry. It's like what? Why didn't you get it? That makes no sense. You're the understudy. You should have studied for that. Yeah. That makes no sense to me why you wouldn't be cast for that role when you were literally the understudy. That makes no sense to me. Like my situation was slightly different when I was Tessa and the principal's understudy because they didn't end up giving up their parts and they didn't end up quitting. So, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't have gotten it. That doesn't make much sense to me. Um, I know that does happen sometimes, but I think directors actually need to learn to be a bit more fair when it comes to when it comes to decisions like that. Now, if your friend had been studying it like before that or something, I don't know. I'm just thinking about the show Smash. If you haven't seen it, There is a scene where like the one girl Ivy, she played Marilyn Monroe um in the musical that they were doing in the workshop, and she was cast for the ensemble for the Broadway show. And then they gave the understudy to Karen because Ivy was kind of a hot mess. She had a drinking problem and stuff. So they gave it to Karen because she was also up for the role of Marilyn in the workshop. But they ended up giving the role in general to a celebrity. Spoiler alert: said celebrity ends up leaving the show the day of the show opening. And so the director was wondering, should I give the role to Ivy because she already knows the role from the workshop, or should I give it to Karen because she's the understudy, even though she hasn't been trained yet? So that's what I'm kind of thinking in terms of your situation. But I highly doubt that's what was going on in your situation, anyways. If it was, please feel free to correct me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun though. I'm glad you had fun. I haven't been fortunate enough to do The Lion King. The shows that I have done, my first musical was Annie Jr. and I was Orphan Ensemble. Then I was in Alice in Wonderland Jr., where I was the caterpillar. So that was my first lead role. That was really exciting, and I loved it. Then I did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, where I was orphan ensemble again. No, I was a child. I was child ensemble, and then I was cast in Joseph again for my high school, and that's where I met my fiance. And I was cast as the assistant narrator because they wanted to split the role between my sister and I. So she did most of the singing, and I did most of the acting. So that was fun. She knew the lines and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why myself. I'm really sorry that did happen to you. Like I understand that like you want to be happy for your friend, but at the same time, technically that role should have rightfully been given to you. Really doesn't make much sense. Um, but I don't like when directors do things like that. I really think that's disrespectful of they're just being disrespectful in general. I don't know. I'm not sure if that is possible. Actually, I did the show Wizard of Oz a few years ago, and we had two Dorothys. One of them was actually one of my friend's sisters, and it was her first time singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, like in front of us, because before we would do it with like with the backing track and stuff. Um, and with the singer, I guess, on top of that. And then this was her first time doing it the without the backing track. So it was just the karaoke version, and she started crying on stage. I think it was just because she had stage fright. So if I was a director and I saw that happen just in front of us, I probably wouldn't really consider it. But at the same time, this wasn't an audition. She already had the role. So we didn't even have auditions for this show actually. But yeah, I don't think anxiety should be a thing to not cast someone for, especially for a high stress situation like an audition. Auditions are very stressful. So there shouldn't be any reason why you shouldn't be anxious, at least a little bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. Cause like if it's I don't know. Cause like it's a role like Ed is not a huge role. It's still a lead, but it's not like a huge role. So I don't see why that would matter. I really don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, what other shows have I done? Yeah, I was doing a list of shows I've done. Yeah. So I was the assistant narrator in Joseph. I did the show Our Town, where I was Professor Willard and Dead Man 1 and 2. Uh, not a very good show. I did not like that show. Um, what else did I do? I did, Kindness, Into the Woods, and I was the witch for that, and that was a lot of fun. That was probably my favorite show that I've done, so far anyways. And then, I did Wizard of Oz after that. I know, I know. Actually, I really wanted to be the baker's wife in that show, but then I ended up being cast as the witch because my teacher told me that, he had me enrolled line for the witch since he met me. So 3 years before we ended up doing the show, he had me in mind to do the part, so I thought that was really cool. I felt kinda bad because one of my best friends at the time really wanted the witch, and I told her like, "Oh, I really wanna be the baker's wife," and then I ended up getting the witch, and I felt really bad. And, the girl who ended up getting the baker's wife, this was literally her first show and probably her last show. Um, so I was really pissed about that, but yeah, it brought me and my fiancé closer together, I guess, so, because we were just best friends at the time, so that's for another video, how my fiancé Brooke and I ended up getting together and stuff. But yeah, the witch is definitely one of my favorite roles. I would love to play her again. I would also like to play the baker's wife one day. But a lot of people when they meet me, they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad you played the witch because like you have that personality." I have a witchy personality. And guess who I played in The Wizard of Oz? Just yeah. You like I'm just gonna wait for you to respond for that. For who do you think I played in The Wizard of Oz? Because it's clearly not Dorothy, because I already told you that I didn't play Dorothy. Just where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Just give me a second. Do 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 do. Uh, I would say close. I was the witch. I played the witch. The Witch of the West. I was the Witch of the West, as well as Elmira Gulch, which was, the witch before she turned into a witch. So I thought of it like as the closest thing that I would get to playing Elphaba, maybe. Uh, exactly, exactly. So I was like, there's that, and also The Wizard of Oz is my all-time favorite movie. So I was like, like I love Margaret Hamilton, like she did an amazing job in the movie. When people like think of like a really good villain, a lot of people think the witch from Wizard of Oz. So um I was so a lot of people like a lot of kids were scared of me actually for from that show. But then they started to warm up to me. I had one kid say that she wanted to be my minion. Like I only had one monkey because that's all they could afford, like in terms of costumes. Yeah, you definitely should. The witch is it's an amazing character. I know a lot of people are turned off from villains, but they're a lot of fun. Villains are really fun. They're really fun to play, and believe it or not, a lot of people will remember you more if you played the villain, especially if you played them really well. So yeah, like even like when I played the witch in Into the Woods, I was expecting not to get like anything from it. Like a lot of people wanted to play the witch, but I didn't expect very much to come from it. And my teacher wanted me to really, really, really work on my acting for it. And then when I went out in my costume for the witch, a lot of people came up to me and told me like they were like, "Oh my god, you're the witch. I love you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." And they're like, "Oh my god, you're nice." And I loved getting that reaction. That is probably the best reaction that you can ever get from playing a villain. If you were nice and they know that you did a really good job. If you get people who are like, "Oh my god, you're so different in person." Yeah, ensemble is a lot of fun too. I haven't done ensemble in a long time, but, like, that's just for, personal reasons. Because last time I was cast in ensemble, I didn't wanna work with my bully. So, and they exist in the theater community, unfortunately. So that's why I said no. It was not at all a diva thing. If for Heathers, if they had cast me in ensemble, I still would have taken it, even though I thought I deserved something better, and even though they were really biased with my performance, I still would have wanted to be a part of the production, but they said nothing. They gave me nothing. So, but yeah, ensemble is very rewarding. I really wish I did it more often, just so my my dancing skills could have improved. Uh, but yeah, don't like ensemble. You should not be turned off from doing, because there's still a lot of things that are awesome that will come out of doing ensemble. Yeah, exactly. Ensemble's fun. I haven't done it in a while, but I remembered it being a lot of fun. Um, yeah. What did I do after Wizard of Oz? I did yeah, I went to university at this point, and then I did The Who's Tommy. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna be, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's getting pretty late here too, so I'm gonna be leaving soon too. I did The Who's Tommy next, and I was Acid Queen. Then after that, I haven't done really anything else. Wait, I was in Tarantino Variation. I played someone in it, one of the people in it, and now I'm gonna may or may not be casting the show soon. So yeah, that's it. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, and thank you for talking with me. If you want to continue the conversation later, follow me on my social media, and like we can talk. I love talking to people. I love talking to fans, and I love it. I'm very very lonely person. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And if any of you guys are watching this after I post this, oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, you just made my night. You just made my night. Today's a really good day. You just made my night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Actually, I think you made my month. Thank you. Thank you so much. And keep an eye out for my next video for any updates that I have coming out. Keep an eye on my community tab and my social media. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And yeah, make sure that if you guys are watching this post me doing this live, thank you for joining me. And I hope I wasn't too boring for you guys. So make sure you guys subscribe. Follow me on social media if you want to keep up with the conversation and stuff. I will always respond to you guys because I am a small YouTuber. That's one of the best things about supporting a small YouTuber is they will always respond. And thank you guys so much. I love you all so much. Keep calm and sparkle on. Bye.